and one of them will not be making it to that final later on. So FlyQuest, of all the routes to have, they've got arguably the easiest one. But let's get this show on the road. FlyQuest coming as your favorites, our favorites too, but Wildcard do seem to have just something up their sleeve. When they got this sort of underdog mantle about them, they seem to play up to the occasion, as they did yesterday in front of the home crowd, and against arguably the home crowd favorites of MAT2.
For sure. They answered the call. Alistair gonna get checked here. Stan is just so confident, he's not even bothered. He's just running straight through. He knows Sonic's got his back. And he did indeed assume correctly. So 5 versus 4 comes in quite early on. Friend has found his way downstairs into Orbs. This is a bit of a weird one, actually. They break the glass. Stan with a lurking play, can't find success. Sonic's also gone down. He was still out in yard. Friend, as we have praised him, as we've looked at him as that player to watch, makes himself known with a really, really quick kill there. Gonna have to get a few more, though, to keep this pistol alive. Unfortunately, they are making an awful lot of noise here on the T side of things, trying to be very confusing and just draw attention. On that CT side, tap onto the bomb, not a real hold, single goes, window's already open, Sus back towards it, big kill from him, spots out another, can't get it, Julie's will best him, Friend there vaguely aware of where he's at, the double doors are open, there is no kit available, they're expecting him at single door, he can't get the player off, Dexter ducking under the bullets will get the pistol for FlyQuest.
Big start, they needed it as well. Come in towards your opponent's map pick and set the tone on your terms. Nuke, the most statistically CT-sided map in the pool, and we got an AK-47 double Galil, a Deagle, and a Scout. So it's not the worst investment going, but damage out the gate. Susp spam through the smoke, down to 19 points of HP. And there's a world, and now he gets tagged again, that he might actually just drop the Galil over towards JBA. Stan doesn't expect the aggression. Alistair gets one and gets away. Keep an eye out for this as well as we get to the mid to late round. 1 nade left for FlyQuest, no kits. So if that bomb does go down, they are going to be under a bit of time pressure, but the time is more on the pressured side of Wildcard right now. This needs to go down. Susp finally cleared off. Dexter will find one more as well. MP9 up close, can't get the kill, but Dexter can mop up the trade. And leaves Friend all alone with a Scout. Too tall an order. Only the 1 casualty is a really nice round out from the FlyQuest side, and this is going to give them a really strong start into things here. We're talking about now a pistol and a bonus buy, or I guess a force buy, taken in your favor. It's one of those for me where, I mean, obviously there must be a pretty big conversation where he's like, I just prefer AWPing on Nuke, as you would. Long range as a sight is a very AWP-heavy map. But, yeah, I mean, it is one of those where you felt like if you looked at it on paper, obviously that's only half of the story. His confidence seems to be on Nuke, and so far, one apiece as Liaz will get caught as well. Sonic's pretty low, and down goes Stans. That's definitely going to put the advantage back in favor of FlyQuest. Ins, as he gets his, Sonic will respond more or less exactly the same time. The one thing you got to keep an eye out for, though, is just the fact that Sonic's so low.
Yeah, really good find from him, given that low HP. Slow creep downstairs here. In's making a fair amount of noise. Not sure if it will have been heard. Sonic goes down up top finally, but how will this look? They've got to check all their angles. They really do not bank on someone already being posted up down here. Easy for Alistair. They weren't looking at him, and it's such a tough angle to clear as well. So just a positional game. Not a good look. As Wildcard running low on time. FlyQuest getting more and more and more ready for this. So many bodies here. That does allow a lot of fights to come in, I suppose, but it's Dexter, the first man in on B, that lands the double spray down. Sonic was upstairs holding for any flanking opportunities. They do not come. He will hold his AK, and he will get to do that, but this is looking very, very scary indeed. These rounds, there are kills. It's not completely hopeless, but they've not really got many bomb plants. They've not really been contesting the sites that well.
So far, so good. Dexter playing a very good game as well for him at the moment. He's loving life in the server, 9-0. Ins 9-2 as well. Both of them popping off, and that's exactly what you want to see. A strong rifler of Ins who's so reliable, showing that, and Dexter as well, who's not looking weak at all. Alistair, he'll make his name known, as Susp's going to get caught as well. One player into a silo, spotted. Tuck his head. A precarious spot. You don't want to peek up as well. It's not really a fight you want to be taking with a rifle, especially against the AWP. And while that was going on, more bodies drop over towards Wildcard. They're left down to 2 in what was like sub 30 seconds. I mean, they've now got a minute 15 to try and figure out a 2 versus 5. It wouldn't even be the most outlandish thing to try and call for a save, but they're not given that luxury. JBA gets one, insta-traded.
Friend creeping in, might be able to take a name into the grave. Oh, that's difficult for Liaz. Inns is low around this corner as well. Doing a good job of, you know, just buying time for his teammates to come in. I think he knows that potentially his days are indeed numbered.
1v2.
It's not impossible. Yeah. It's not impossible here. It's all about whether he's aware of this flank, and I don't think that he is. He's hanging around a little too long. Dexter will get the freebie on him, unfortunately.
Dicey spot. They need to have some foundation before heading into the strong side of CT. That is for sure. Dexter will drop a flash just in case there was a bit of a hot pop. Tech9s will get one, and actually a second behind it as well, but Vexite's still yet to be cleared. They know that Alice is in towards heaven with an AWP. The bomb will drop, and they get down Ven.
This could be interesting now. This could really open up the round. Liaz is here in good time. Can't quite drop that bomb, but at least confirms its location. He's going to, again, have to buy time. Susp is holding for drop downs. They're not going to come. It is heavy ramp presence here. He's going to have to join his teammates sooner rather than later. Down to just 2. FlyQuest not wasting any moments here, holding all these angles, make sure no peeks come their way, but it's still a dangerous cross past the windows, of course. Going to try and take it quickly and hope that they can get the drop on the site. That is indeed going to be the answer. Big damage done by the Deagles, but caught on the reload, and a perfectly executed 3 versus 3 retake there. Really could have been dangerous. Sometimes you can disrespect the Deags, go a bit ahead of your teammates.
Alistair, elevated angle as well. They've just sort of got past him. He's going to silently get down and then not so silently reposition. Missed shot, bit of trouble. Going to drop a nade as well. It'll bank relatively nicely, but he's being hunted and he's still alive somehow. Pressure on, tail between his legs. He's trying to dip away and he isn't given the luxury of that. Friend will get the kill and now will get himself an AWP.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. A bit more oomph from the Wildcard attack. It feels like JBA on the pre-fire trying to get it done. Dexter nearly does find that second, not quite. Bomb makes its way down. They have decided to commit to the B bomb site. Stan again for the plant here. A blow off the double doors. Not sure which side that came from. I would assume the T side, given that double nade there that obviously didn't find very much. Molotov coming in. Friend trying to keep them at bay. They get split up. The AKs will rip them apart. It's down to Inns. And he wants very little to do with it. They do have a lot of money available, so I'd maybe give it a look in, try and take some guns away. He's clearing the extremities, hoping that there is another number he can just reduce. It's not going to be the case, so maybe it is a look at the exits here and potentially unafraid to sacrifice himself. I'll take that and then get out of there. He picks up another M4 with exactly the same skin on it, but there you are. We'll go down to the bomb anyway. And Wildcard finally get themselves their first round.
So yeah, buy back out. Orbs up both ways to start up the round rather than Friend scooping it off Alistair's corpse. So we'll see how he wields this. He's going very aggro towards our side and it will work in his favor. Inns just gets blindsided by the aggression. The pace is beautiful, but Liaz for 2. Dexter as well going to add to it as well in a matter of moments. Stan the man left all alone. The IGL going to lead by example here in a 1 versus 3, and this feels surely too tall a task for him, but he snuck his way down Ven, and he's got a gap down towards B.
He's always got the bomb, this guy. He's planted in the same spot quite a number of times, so we'll feel comfortable here, one would assume. Quick move down the vent, get the utility out, create myself some space, he says. Flash comes in, and he's looking to move aggressively. Reading the situation quite well, but of course it all comes down to whether he can land the headshots. It's a simple game, Counter-Strike. When you put it like this, good spot for him, just can't split the difference. And they will get the better of him, unfortunately. Still nice to get a plant. It will continue facilitating these future buys, but I mean, 1 and then done is just really not a good look.
No, it's not. We shall see. As we head into the penultimate round of this half. If FlyQuest lock in double digits in this first half, surely it's done. And Alistair for 1, looks for 2 in the flames. He can't find it. The JBA will trade.
Yeah, it's a good move. It is a good move for Wildcard, something that they can work with. Have had to pull back, though. There's a lot of outside presence, as always, from FlyQuest. They don't want to commit too hard, and they've had a couple moments in the recent rounds, particularly in that previous where it did actually start well, and then another play was being made, and that one went south and ended up costing them. Sonic catches the aggression, grabbing a chill here. JBA keeping attention outside. Ins wants this fight. JBA gonna give it! And he demolishes him. What a shot. What a shot for Wildcard.
Will he expect this, though? Because that was essentially the top secret player right there that was playing that, and he catches him, sure. So I don't think he's going to expect Vexite in this timing. He's a little bit disciplined as he looks for a second, and his support can't see it. Avoids the orb shot as well as friend. Look, caught off guard by it. And then Liaz is completely unknown in this situation. So one up towards Heaven, one in towards Main, and he probably wants Liaz to take first fight. That gives Vexite now a bit of space to work with. They know one single door. Vexite's made his presence known. 1v2. Isn't even good for the first as well. So Wildcard, good round for them. And in front of the local crowd as well, that's exactly what they needed. A 9-3. I don't even really want to say workable because it doesn't really feel workable in all honesty, but it's better than nothing.
That's true. That is very true. I think at this point, with how negatively it has started, unfortunately for Wildcard, they will take anything. And again, you always have that internal belief as a player, as a team, that you can pull anything back.
Inns might want to try and get a bit active here. That nade comes over. Inns might want to try and fight behind it. No, he knows, he hears them running in. That was a team flash. That catches Stan. He was blind running into that fight. JBA gets one, but the response on the AWP is great. They keep the numbers.
Will be the first one in, but if Wildcard keep up this kind of pace, although slow, should be able to cross in to get that bomb down. They took a hesitation. They took a pause. Oh, the Shadow's been spotted. Friend knows he's here. Just really want to bait in the peak. Go for something aggressive. It's actually Dexter that goes, but eventually Friend's angle will pay off. It's down to a 2-on-1 though. Sonic doesn't have loads of time to work with, looking to take the early fight before getting the bomb down. It's not a lot of time. He's got to go, and Alistair, he knew what was up. The no-scope lands for it. Double digits for FlyQuest. This one looks all but over. We'll find out in the second half. It would seem Neo and I are a bit cursed for the one-sided games, to be honest. We've had, I think, no maps go double digits both ways, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, no, 100%. We've had, the best we've had was we got like 6 rounds out of the T side yesterday. Yeah, and it was like, okay, something here. But speaking of something, Vexite, hello, this is quick, this is aggressive. And the Glocks at this sort of position are always at the advantage, on the move, up in your face. And well, unfortunately, nothing JBA could really do there. Sonic really does have to do something here, though. If he can deny them going up, that'll be huge. Gets one, looks for the second, not to be, as Vexite continues to tear.
Yeah, really good round in from him, the difference maker here for FlyQuest. Still, 4 guns versus 3. So Wildcard, technically, they've got a few more. Now there's only 2 guns on the FlyQuest side, and Friend's going to go unchecked for the double kill. There you have it, the first stepping stone to recovery for Wildcard secured.
For Wildcard, good opportunity to get a bit of cash. Those MP9s can farm up a little bit of that SMG kill bonus. And there it is, 1, 2, and 3. 3 in the name for Friend, 3 in the game as he mows them down.
A little bit more as well. Maybe the ace here potentially on the eco. We'd love that, but Inns will take a fight against Sus. Flawless for Wildcard. And Dexter is here ahead of it quite quickly, maybe looking to do something with this. It's a change-up, right? He's not trying to go down secret. He's setting himself up on the edge of mini. Flash comes in. JBA was ready for that, though. Stanislaw also finding one on his MP9, and the setup looks good here from the CT side. Everybody going down, just Vexite, and one in the cranium.
Bonus round conversion as well. Like we said, no real reinvestments coming through, so they're building up a real nice amount of cash on hand in those back pockets.
Yeah, they have to keep it on, right, and not allow Wildcard to build up the all-important momentum. They've gone for something simple. Down the vent they will go. Nobody falls. Barely any damage taken even. It has cost them everything in terms of the utility, but they get down, they get the bomb plant to return on investment, and now it gets scary. Vexite with a keen headshot. Inns is in behind. Wildcard have no information to work off of here. 3 of them coming down secret as well. Really not advantageous. Inns can't get away with the gun, so at least there is that, but this is still not looking great. Big find from Friend, but a bigger trade from Liaz. All down to JBA and Stanislaw. Dexter has let them cross. He does get checked. Stanislaw head on a swivel into the 2 versus 2. There is another player coming in from behind. It's Alistair to try and stop them on the bomb, try and distract them. This is all over the place right now. It's down to Stan, and Alistair will get him. He can't spin around fast enough. You see what it means. A big round for FlyQuest, shutting them down early on this comeback campaign. Some time to build up a few rounds, however, and just prove to themselves that you talked about Angels in the previous round, that they can win those going into the second map. There you are. JBA downstairs does take out Dexter. They try and responding kind of up top as Dexter makes the call. Will it be the correct one? The MP9 does a lot of damage, but doesn't secure any kills. The other MP9 comes in. Trades are here, and it's all left onto Alistair.
He knows he's got a bit of space, though. He did spot one. They were both of them spotted, and that's his situation. But he's lost the foot race. Alistair will try and get down. Friend has spotted and tagged him. It's surely done at this point. Molotov will come down, though, at the very least, and he's not required to go B. He's got so much time to work with here to get a two 1v1s, essentially.
He's going to stick to A. They will be in towards heaven quite quickly. They might even be able to deny the plant here. He's maybe spent a bit too much time on it. Yeah, and this is the thing with the Nuke clutch situations. When you lose track of someone, just don't stop moving.
Not a tough spot. FlyQuest go right back into a bite. The end of the world. If Wildcard win this round, though, economy gets broken over towards FlyQuest, and we can start slowly talking about something. Friend, another opening kill. He's now 5 for 2 in opening duels, so he's really, in these early rounds, making a statement, and it could get even better. Sonic for one more. Good outside control as well, down to 3 in a matter of moments. FlyQuest getting, I think, just trying to force it a little bit too much here.
Potentially, I'd maybe argue as well a couple of lazy movements, right? They go ahead of those smokes outside. That's sort of like a classic pro player lack of discipline. When you're 6 rounds up and still feeling good, you feel like you can maybe get away with it, or you are indeed just overconfident. It's a nice return frag from Alistair. There's a few more going to be required here, of course. Not really happening for them. I think they're just trying to isolate some fights and get the catches, but nothing coming. Wildcard will see them off once again, only losing 1. So if this had come a bit earlier, we'd maybe be a bit more excited for it. There's still a lot more work to be done.
At one point when FlyQuest had hit 12, Wildcard had only won 2 true gun rounds. Now they've won a few in a row. Another one here could be massive, flash and a boost, and that's simple as Dexter gets gifted a freebie to open things up.
Yeah, that is a naughty move. Really nice flash. Just super free kill, and that's what the CS is all about.
Man advantage. Decent information as well on towards Wildcard. But Sus will catch Liaz with that HE, so down he goes, and now the numbers are level. We'll change things. Friend, how's he reactions? Good is the answer. Quick shot from him. And he delivers. Alistair going to get caught as well, and he's looking for a second. He might just be given the opportunity with Vexlight on the swing. What a find, and Stan left all alone. 1 versus 2. The IGL's got to step up, and he's a known quantity. This is not an easy retake.
Rotating around towards heaven, just sort of considering his options here. Do you want to go all the way? Do you want to go up the ladder and try and clear that? Meanwhile, in all this, Vexlight has read the situation pretty well. He's going to sprint around and look to try and get the backstab eventually. That timing for Stan is absolutely insane. Whether he expects his player behind is the next question, man. Vexlight's just not going to panic. Maybe a bit of a step on the ladder, and Stan will save the round, the 1v2. I thought his days were absolutely over. Not going to be the case, and the game continues.
Big brain from Stan as well. He's read that to perfection. But it's not no longer what we're already looking at. We need to see them get this final round. Wildcard are putting the pressure on, but it's not a good shot from Liaz. Sonic gets a little fortunate that he can't train that crosshair perfectly, get the first.
Friend in a good spot here as well to solidify the lead. Sonic is lucky there. Friend getting a bit caught, lands a tag through the box. Able to drop down though, and this is all good news really, just with how strong the position of Wildcard is looking. Stush finishes off 1, can't take the second, grabs the information though. What are we doing with this? Bomb is still in the hands of FlyQuest. That's literally all they have now as the final name beside Vexlight goes down. 4 for him to find. Round is surely over, and Wildcard keeping the dream alive here, you would say, Neo. And I don't even know really that it matters all that much. If Vexite takes a gun or two away, they've built up some cash. This is looking considerably dangerous now. 2 more rounds to get it into overtime. Hopefully a little better than last time, but there's no one really around in the heaven angle to capitalize. Oh, Nick goes in for an aggressive move there, loses his life for it. Maybe the trade-off of information is going to be valuable enough, but we'll come back to that moment. It might be super impactful. 30 seconds left on the clock here. Liaz takes the AWPer down. Susp is in early. He's traded quickly. It's Stan and JBA, the dream slipping through their fingers here. The bomb not planted just yet. It's actually being faked out to try and draw them. JBA drops 1. No bomb plant coming in. 4v2 turn 2v2. That's the big kill. It's all on the young gun to clutch it.
Molly down as he tries to bait out this fight. He might just get it as well. We're going to take in the flames. He's going to try and cross on a dink on towards JBA. He catches a little bit of chip damage on towards Alistair, but it may not be enough. He is barely alive, 1 foot in the grave, and the coffins are getting nailed into place now as well for Nuke. JBA, will he clear? He won't, and it will be 13-11. Finest of margins, final hurdle, but FlyQuest will take Nuke. They steal away Wildcard's map pick, but my God, were they made to work for it. You thought from a 10-2 half, it was impossible to throw, but my God, did that get way too close for comfort.
Stanislaw in particular, I think, is really going to have done a lot of work to pull them back into things mentally. They look to kick off aggressively here on Dust 2 as we get underway. Straight up middle. No kills to come in. FlyQuest, I think, expecting it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this map is going to go for Wildcard. I thought it was kind of so close, but so far. We'll come back to all the points in a moment as Stan and JBA get one apiece, but Vexite doubles down. And now the numbers are in favor of FlyQuest. It might just get better. Sonic gets caught. Friend left with it all to do. Interesting point to note as well, for Friend, who traditionally plays on Permitter, Dust 2's their perma. More often than not, they've played it like 5 times. It's not a map that they play basically at all for a side who play a hell of a lot of Counter-Strike. So how comfortable is he going to be? Surely he plays this in his PUGs, his FPLs, but in a team-based environment, it's a whole different kettle of fish. We'll see. For him, 1v3 feels impossible. No kit, does have armor, but no chance. Ends up close with a BT50. We'll see it off. FlyQuest, draw first blood. And they're wrapping him behind. Dexter will hold for this, but it's left eye peek for him. So sometimes you see them lose this fight, and it exactly like that. Stan has the ever so slight half-second advantage on that engagement, and he makes it work in his favor. But Liaz, Ins are all there to start to mop them up. But 2 versus 2, this is not over.
Sonic's got himself a Galil as well. This looks pretty good here, I would say. They definitely could pull this off. Sonic trying to find that initial headshot. Molotov down as well to make Vexite's life awkward. Down goes his partner, Friend on the scout. Big frag. Wallbang headshot to get it done. The eruption from the crowd. The force buy is indeed Wildcard. And here we go, a game on our hands. As I said, the energy looked really good from Wildcard and a deserved force buy win. Big tag onto Alistair to kick the round off. Of course, the buy is all over the place from the FlyQuest side. Kind of have to go for it, unfortunately. Deagles looking for the early fight. Friend is ready on the boost. Simple stuff here for Wildcard. They, again, are not going quietly. It's very, very proactive from the CT side.
It is. Alrighty. Friend. A shot up close. For a second as well, but they actually are now out up and towards short. They're trying to push down on the site itself, and they're getting pretty close. They might just plot right in the face of Stan. They're playing towards Gandalf of Ins falls. Surely we're not going to get a plot now here. Denied, and the spray transfer is sumptuous from Stan. Leaving Vexite all alone. Deagle in hand. No armor. Surely no hope. JBA at range with the MP9. Concludes this round with 0 casualties for Wildcard. It doesn't get any better than that when they respond with a force buy of their own.
Stan, a legend in his own right, but sort of feels like his career has been an uphill battle for a long time, never quite fitting into his teams and rosters. Maybe Wildcard's going to be the place to do it, especially alongside the young gun of JBA for all 5. Yes, sir. Keep him coming, he says. Fantastic stuff to get him on the board.
Now, while they're ecos, and we can talk about, you know, the quote-unquote lack of impact or whatever, you know, I had a little conversation just upstairs with JRT in the green room, and we haven't seen enough, I think, from JBA so far throughout this tournament. For somebody who plays a lot of high impactful roles, who's thrust into star positions.
So Friend does have to be careful. Might think he's in at good time. Surely no one's crossed, etc. And there it is. He loses his head. Thankfully, big man JBA is in to defend this A-bomb site, buy some time for his teammates to hold things down. Stanislaw gotta find a well-timed peek here. Molotov forces him into it. He still takes his time on it. Will spot no one there. Will start to warn Susp. And now the B hit is on its way.
Smoke actually expertly timed. They're going to have to go through this at least a little bit. One gets out just in front before the plume, and he will get his, but Insul trade, and now they've got the B site, and this is not an easy retake. B site Dust 2, statistically one of the hardest sites to retake in CS2, and this is really tough. They just not got the util to work with. Stan's got a kit, but he's low. A 2 versus 2 with deep in routes in towards his post plant. This is not an easy one to try and pull back in your favor as Wildcard will be split up and divided in this push. They're going to try and go at the same time as well. And what a shot from Sonic. Stan spotted in towards the window. Sonic waiting for his time to peak. And oh my, Sonic, what a time to shine. We've sung this guy's praises. And what a moment for him. That is a beautiful 2v2 retake converted. And all off the back of Sonic's crisp, clean shots. If this is now Wildcard to kind of bring us to the rest of the series, who knows? We could even see a repeat of what happened against M80. They lost map 1 and reverse sweep this. Sonic for 2, looking for 3. Hello, he'll get it. Sus, one of his own as well. And Liaz left all alone. Nice shot from him, though. Pure instincts, and he'll get it, but surely a 1v4 now afterwards feels too big an ask. Sonic walks away with a monstrous round.
In this game, actually. So it could also just be the fact that it's Dust 2 and individuals run rampant here. Liaz out early. Will manage to hide away. I did think that this is a bit of an interesting smoke. They've pulled it out a couple of times, actually. It seems like it's some sort of bait play. It's worked very well in this one. Dexter activates on B as well. So an aggressive round from FlyQuest against the code for them. Moving out long. It's really not a fun area at the moment. On this iteration of Dust 2, they find great success. It's an advantage. It's plenty of control. Dexter's almost done a full loop of the map.
Yeah, a two-pronged attack. A little bit out towards B, a little bit out towards A, and they just get all the space, all the information to work with. And Dexter, yeah, gets one more of his catcher's friend. Sonic for him, I mean, you know, for Wildcard, they're not exactly low on funds. So even if Sonic was to fall here, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But it's still probably one of those things for me where I don't know if you're going to even give this a go. A 1v3, AWP retaking, it feels a little bit like a waste, but exit kills aren't bad. Get the first. Is this going to be a commitment play, or is he actually going to give this a look in? Rotates out towards long, has a kit, has nearly a full belt of the util, but it still feels like with how he's slowing things down and all the rest, that this isn't. This is just him looking for exits for the most part. Bomb halfway ticked now, just shy of 20 on it. I think we are just calling for the exits. He's kind of set up in the right place for it. One back turn, the other there as well. And he's making this expensive. Sure, FlyQuest are going to take the round, but it comes at quite the hefty price.
Yeah, if there was someone holding long and he wins that fight, I think he definitely speeds up. But obviously, as soon as he steps, as soon as he runs, he gives away the element of surprise. Liaz is in a really dangerous spot. 3 players all around him. So he's going to have to play his kind of info game, I would imagine. Weird sort of setup once again from both sides. In terms of these smokes, Vexite uses it to his advantage. Still a man advantage for the double AWPing CT side here. Nade doesn't really do an awful lot of damage. Bomb has gone down. Double AWP on the retake, never really ideal. More nade damage, but again, not really all that much. Dexter in behind the headshot box will get one, looking for a bit more. They're giving him the chances. Support is here as well, down to a 2-on-2, but I mean, this is not looking good. Combined HP of 51 for these 2 CTs. A fake flash sort of thing wasn't meant for him. It seems to have worked. Tap on the bomb, hold on the bomb, should be enough. And they will indeed pull it over the line. A very, very close fought battle considering the 4-on-3. But as I said, those AWP slow down proceedings. Sus stressed out of his mind after that one, but they will get it.
he was a little bit closer, it still feels basically impossible. Miss flash there from Sonic. Not the end of the world. Friend, though, he potentially could be under a little bit of pressure. They're going through the flames as well, and it might not favor them. 1 for 1. Molly will go out, and Dexter goes up on high. That's a really good change up in the levels there to catch the AWP off guard.
No smoke on the doors, though. No smoke on the doors. Trying to bait them in. Dexter is stuck behind closet. Somehow it has worked out. What the hell is going on in this round? I mean, FlyQuest have strewn some chaos. Dexter gets a little lucky. It felt like they did have the position. They did have the nades.
Not the easiest of buys. You've got to play a little bit off the cuff here. You've got to be a little bit audacious, and that's what they're going for. But it's the low mana Sonic going in first, and the trade isn't bad, but the answer back from Vexide's better.
Yeah, FlyQuest with a keen opportunity here to really close this gap. Another B side, by the way, something that a lot of teams have been very, very scared of. FlyQuest liking the B site, it feels. Works for them initially. Can they close out the round, however, is, of course, the big question. Deep position from JBA on his Deagle. Should get checked, but you see the shadows here, so it can really be a skill fight. In's trying to bait him in, trying to spam away. Does he hear any damage going down? The answer's going to be no. Flash is good, and Inns will find the kill. Just Friend and Stan remain then, so not looking too good. Bomb's actually going to rotate around. Dexter ready for this. Pre-fires there from Stan, but they're expecting A, as you can see. The cross smoke comes in as well. That will sell it, and the B-bomb site should be taken. Yeah,
Inns may have A, but he's a lurking presence here. And they're going to go for a split on the retake, it seems. Will Inns be cleared? Will he get his shot? Oh, it's a little labored from Inns. Uncharacteristic, because down he goes. 2 versus 2, just as that bomb goes down. So time is there to work with for Wildcard, but they don't have a kit. Keep an eye on this. Friend doesn't have armor either. So this is a really precarious engagement, and one which Stan doesn't fare too well in. Nice little peek out there from Alistair. Gets his, and Friend, without that armor, he is not giving this one the time of day, which I think is absolutely fair enough. Money is going to be a little bit distraught over towards Wildcard in this next. For Friend, he's basically going to be the only one with any sort of investment. He might pick up a little bit of armor to go around it. It might be one of those where they use the pistols to try and facilitate fights for him. But we'll see. Orb will spot 1, but Friend gets a clear cut over towards B. Ooh. Good opener from Vexite off the back of that flash.
Nice return from Stan. Nothing else to come off the back of the corner, though. They will, again, on the FlyQuest side of things, just send a lot of players to a lot of different spots. Really confident in their individuals to win out some fights. And as if by magic, 2 at once in 2 different spots on the very same map. So there you are. Numbers looking good. Dexter in towards short. Not necessarily going to be needed. It's all down to Friend. Where has this come from? A super, super aggressive round on all counts from FlyQuest. And they've not lost really a single gunfight apart from that one towards the very tail end. So that's one way to close things out. The lead isn't there for Wildcard. The comeback is for FlyQuest. And the Counter-Strike continues in a few minutes. Much closer affair here on Dust 2, as close as it gets, in fact. The pistol will split the difference to begin the second half. Wildcard fighting to stay alive against all odds, and well, they will kick off pretty cleanly. Flash comes over the top, just finding not 1 but 2, and suddenly there are only 2 for FlyQuest.
As mentioned, Wildcard do have pretty clean executes when it comes towards their T-side pistol. This is a pretty important fight as they both just walk into Sonic. I don't think he really even expected the second, but the bullet connects nonetheless. Out of a possible 12 is what they got on Nuke on their map pick, so it wasn't exactly the most defiant of showing. Hey, 4 spikes come through, and already the frags are going in favor of Friend.
Yeah, looking pretty clean here, as you would expect. Once again, out via long, it's really good to have that kind of conditioning, I think, early on in the game, to be like, okay, as a CT side, we have to pay a bit of attention to long and expend some utility there. Ooh, Vexite, weird position. Yeah, I think there's potential he could have caught someone off. It ends up being the other way around. He gets caught.
Shouldn't be a buy, really, for FlyQuest in towards the next. And that step would have been heard by Friends, and now they can start to swarm. They smell blood in the water. These Sharks are hungry. He's probably in trouble, and he is. Friend, good round. He started off with 2, and he finishes with 3 right at the end there. Nothing saved, nothing gained for FlyQuest, and a 2-round lead.
As Wildcard more set up towards B. Seems these teams are not afraid of this B bomb site. Not quite as cookie cutter in terms of their T-side approach, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
to be honest, I will not lie. Mid to B smoke coming in. It looks like they will indeed act upon it. Small failure potentially. I think that was maybe meant to land cleaning. Maybe it was a bait. It felt like Sus was ready for that fight. Doesn't happen. He loses his life early.
Ali plays anti. Can't get a shot, but he gets out alive, so he'll take that. And reposition over towards Ramp. JBA still lurking in towards upper tunnels, but he does have the bomb, and he's isolated, so he does need to be careful not to do anything too audacious or not to lose his life. As Vexite started to go aggro, this could be actually quite awkward. JBA does get the support rotated back over. Stan doubles back, gets his. Vexite, second time now he's been caught pushing either through or in upper tunnels in the last couple of rounds. The time's taken 30 seconds. This feels like they're setting up still for that mid to B, but I say that, and the bomb rotates back over towards Xbox with a bit of a push coming through. Yeah, they're going back towards A. Bomb going to go via short, 2 out via long as well, and there's 2 players from FlyQuest to meet them.
Stan will find Alistair. The AWP shot misses over there. Liaz trying to hold the line and unfortunately thought he was, maybe a bit more hidden, a bit more protected than he actually was. This is looking good here for Wildcard. Bomb going to go down. Dexter really the only damage dealer left. And they call it. They will move to save. Wildcard going to hit 10 before FlyQuest have got anything in this second half. Really, really impressive stuff. And looks set to continue even with the save. I don't know that FlyQuest will get a lot in terms of the weaponry of the next. Dexter, he kind of knows it really. Trying to take some guns away himself.
Wildcard looking great though. This is the buy. This is the big one from FlyQuest. Lose this and we're probably losing the map, and it's really awkward actually. In fact, Sonic semi-panics. He should go down here and he will. It's the HG of Dexter and Inns will come in to support and get one of his own. It felt like Sonic was guaranteed with that kill, but then sort of in 2 minds about should I even fight here. Little does he know how blind Dexter actually was.
Potentially the first one for FlyQuest. 5 versus 3 should be closable. There is utility left. There is an AWP left, and Friend has been playing very, very well, actually, as we opened proceedings saying, not a map that this stand-in typically plays with his usual team.
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely plugs it. He definitely plays it in
He's
FPL.
having a bit of fun here. The round's not going to be won out. He's the only one to find a kill, but the flashiest kill of Dust 2 so far. Yeah, they've got the old major smoke here to just keep them at bay. Friend, though, he knows what's up, that usually this smoke is kind of a facade.
Upper tunnels, and he might be tempted. This is actually keeping an eye on that minimap. That could be quite an important fight. If Sus can win that out, or even if he gets this space, he's actually caught a bit of timing, but no, Vexite holds for him. He nearly had the best flank going if Vexite was looking the other way.
Not the case, though. Break of the smoke comes in. That felt like it was actually from the T side, and it's worked out in favor of the CT end. All the kills going in favor of the Blues. It's Friend that remains to try and pick up the pieces. There's not many of them left on the ground, and unfortunately he gets flanked out by Inns. Big round from him, holding that impassable line on the A-bomb site.
This Wildcard side to eventually go for a bit of a B-pop, and that's where they can try and catch them off guard. Friend, good opener. Alistair, he tried to test him down range, and it doesn't work out. And, we haven't had time to, or we don't really want to play the pracs with Friend. We're focusing on what matters most, and, well, doesn't look like it. Not at the moment. Especially not against M80 yesterday. Vexite slips the net, but only goes 1 for 1. And that's not good enough, because the numbers stay in favor of Wildcard, and they've got the B site now.
It's got to be a save, really. That is very unfortunate. If they had Alistair back, if they didn't have that gap in mid, and he gets a flash through that smoke, it really could have been big. Maybe we're not saving, as Friend keeps them coming. Spotted out Dexter here as well, so I think the hunt is going to be on. This is a really big 12th, therefore, to land on the Wildcard end, because the buy in the next, I think it'll be present. There's going to be a couple players missing. However, Dexter trying to hold on to this all-important AWP will lose his life at the cost of a frag. So there you have Wildcard moving up to 12.
Because, I mean, even if you just mirror their opening game to that game, you know, how nervous he looked at the start and how confident he looks now, and it's obviously showing in his performance. However, just as we're kind of bigging him up a bit, he does get caught off guard. My Dex, this is a B pot. Vexite's got to go huge here. He has the spawn of Arslan, will get his, gets the second as well. Massive. So game not done just yet, 12-8, probably going to be 9. Stan has got to pull off for 1 versus 4. Even the first is a big ask. He doesn't take any damage, but his position now known. And without the bomb, sure, he's got a minute 15, but this is just nigh on impossible. And the big thing as well is that for the T-side, despite the wins they've been having and maybe the back and forths you can talk about, they don't have loads of money, right?
Yeah.
They're still in a position, just Leah's completely unaware of that potential, but they're still in a position where, you know, Friend's not really going to have a buy-in towards the next round because they're on min-loss bonus. Yeah, it's going to be weird how they want to go about this because JBA can buy in, Sonic can buy in, so can Sus. So Friend maybe just goes into like a scout. He doesn't mind picking that up.
Once again, it is the mid to B play, but they have a slightly more unorthodox smoke around it. It's not worked for them in the past. Here it is also a bit strange. Just gets traded out quickly, ready for some kind of a B play. Vexite does well to even find 1, 3-on-3, but the bomb is slowly alone. I don't know, this is just so strange. The tag comes through the doors. There's damage done everywhere onto Wildcard, but with control of the B bomb site, they have the upper hand. Friend finishing off 2. It's all down to the Aura of Alistair. He's back here throwing smokes, man. There's nobody around to help him. He does take 1 with the molly, finishes off the low HP Friend, brings it into the one-on-one. Stan, though, plays the patience game and will catch him. Head turned, so well secured in the end. Wildcard, they gave us a fright, but they've given us a 3rd here now.
Yeah, we're going the distance as well. Just as things went against M80 yesterday, lose the opening map, take the 2nd, push us towards a 3rd, and we've already slightly delved into it, how that Anubis is a map on paper.
But underway we get. Grand final spot on the line, and the first headshot lands. The second headshot comes in from Dexter. P250 ready to fight here. There's only 3 suddenly remain for Wildcard. The pistol prowess that they've had in this series seems to have fallen off. This does not really look all that defensible for the CT side. They've lost the A site. They've got a low HP player. Inns may well just be able to end it here. He's spotted out Sonic at the very least, so days are numbered. Can he take anyone with him? 1 is the answer. FlyQuest kickoff pretty clinically there. They're expecting something to come their way. They might be correct later on into the round. It does seem there's some shifts from the CT side, but not an awful lot. It's more setup-based. Flash is nice. JBA blinded up. Friend takes the early fight. JBA can't back him, so Inns makes it out. JBA does actually catch Vexite, maybe straggling a little. So 4 versus 4 in a low HP Inns. It's not bad for Wildcard.
It's not. I mean, Inns basically feels like he's 1 foot in the grave. Oh, in the flames, yeah. Gonna fall. Sus, that's unfortunate. Stan goes a little early there as well. If he was closer, Leas, that feels scarier, but Sonic, it's a big, big ask for him with this MP9. Now he's giving away his position. Will he even get 1 is the big question here. Dancing on the pillar, dancing around back sight, and there's just too many people to look at, and he couldn't do it. Last man should be dead, and the flash is pin perfect. Down goes JBA, and a failed force by a lot of damage, but actually only just 1 kill, so it doesn't really net them anything.
Yeah, man, it's very unfortunate. The weaponry seems like the difference there for sure. It is Australia through and through. Little sprinkling of the Kiwis as well. Friend. Slow contact. Very slow contact. Gets fragged out from behind. Susp and Sonic will suddenly be the only 2 left. Wildcard, unfortunate for them, as again, they just cannot stand strong. FlyQuest seem to be really getting the better of them here.
Bomb goes down. Round will be done. Dexter does fluff his lines a little bit, so Sonic gets his, but it won't make a difference. These are just consolation kills at the tail end of things, really. 1 more Sonic, maybe? Yes, he'll take it. A little bit expensive, but money's not an issue over towards FlyQuest. It doesn't make a grand difference. Round is what we're needing for Wildcard. We can't let this be how Nuke started. 8-0 down and looking all over the shop, right? And
you're not going to do it twice.
Exactly, and the way, you know, in a comparative manner as well, Nuke is the most CT-sided map in the pool statistically at the moment, and Anubis is the most T-sided map in the pool. So FlyQuest get the advantageous start in towards this map, and if they can get a similar sort of amount of rounds on the board, we're talking things like 7 or 8. I mean, that's already a really good job done, and that's something that Wildcard have to deny here. They cannot allow them. We need to see it again.
We do indeed, very much so, and we need to see it soon. Wildcard struggling, Friend making a play. They've given him the free reign to go for it. He gets an early peek. There's no one on the other side of it. Funnily enough, his flash a bit too effective, sort of scares anyone off. In through middle come FlyQuest once again. Seems to be a pretty firm problem area for Wildcard at the moment. Trying to make a move, 1-for-1, not going to cut it. Arguably gives too much information across for the T side here. Stan does trade back. That's a big kill. That evens up the numbers. They've not really got the bomb anywhere near A, so a moment of respite for the CT side.
Yeah, maybe. Molotov as well. Depending on the timing, it's absolutely perfect. So they now splits up this T-side aggression and going 1-for-1. That molly completely pulls apart what was execute. The timing is perfect because it splits them up. So Inns goes out in front, and yes, he gets one, but there's no one there to trade out his death, but they still got the sight because, I mean, Friend's nowhere to be seen.
I know, he's really convinced there's someone near him. I don't know.
It's a long way away. It's a long time to rotate over. They do have a kit, but it's on Stan. Has to go huge here. Oh, good reaction from Stan as well. As Vexite going to get caught, and Alistair thrust into a 1 versus 2 post-spawn with an AWP is never easy. And he has no idea where this second player is, and he does not know at the moment that he's creeping up behind him. Time of the essence. Down he goes. Round finally taken for Wildcard. He's not even looking close left, so he might not. That timing from Sonic is actually expert.
Yeah.
Leah's jiggle peeked, and just as he tucks his head, Sonic moves out. Yeah. I don't think he's going to get cleared here. I mean, he's doing the due diligence, and Liaz proves me wrong. Really good clearance. He definitely didn't spot him, but he knows his angles.
Yeah, just got to be careful. Knows the play, knows the Wildcard as well. Seems to really be leaning on these B moves. That's unfortunate for Friend. Big miss. Stan with a trade back. Gonna need a few more of those. It is just Susp. He's yet to get a kill. No. He just about finds that. Vexite with a ridiculous play through the Molotov will give them control of the site, and they are desperately trying to get it back. JBA.
The narrative of sort of how this round feels, but wasn't to be. It's still very much in the hands of FlyQuest at the moment. 5-2-1. Wildcard still yet to show up in this map number 3 properly.
I heard her guess was Norbert. Either way.
A little bit of a rogue one there. She wants Cobblestone back as well. So.
She's just always looking for the clips, mate.
Yeah.
Speaking of looking for the clips, Alistair also going in for it. Nice find from him to open things up. Counter-Strike back underway. Took them a while to get going. It's the CT side that make a move. FlyQuest actually read into it, and they were very, very ready for the bits of aggression. It does feel like they've got Wildcard in the pocket at the moment. Sonic gets his kill, but that is all. Down to just Stan. And of course, another saving situation here, one would assume. FlyQuest taken off.
1 for the CT is not good enough, that's for damn sure.
Started to unravel massively here as well, to be honest with you. But some gaps being found. Friend was aggressive through the smoke. ASAP. It's not looking good, man. This is a difficult kind of look as FlyQuest again somewhat prepared for this, Neo. There is still aggression coming round, and it continues to fail, unfortunately. Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but the way in which the rounds are happening, that is the big difference here. FlyQuest 8 on the horizon. Tech9 out. A little bit of an awkward dink. JBA still goes down, and Friend's on the other side of the map once again. So another save situation. There is absolutely no way in for Wildcard.
And he's just got the timing. He's not got in towards this spawn, so down he goes. Not even, but got there in the end. 8-1. Oh, yeah. It's looking and feeling very flat.
Die last, sir, as they say.
Yeah.
So maybe Wildcard can keep themselves in it with a slim recovery into this second half. Once again, aggression being watched for. Dexter, I think, has got the ultimate underlying idea correct here, that it feels like Wildcard are a bit desperate. They feel like they have to do something in these rounds, can't just sit and let the executes come their way. And FlyQuest, Dexter, they have changed their game up quite substantially here.
Yeah, it feels like a time to try to force it a little bit. And in doing so, they're getting caught off guard, but just as I speak, Susp will get his, but in doing so, as Susp makes that move in through mid, it sort of indicates that there needs to be a move on the other side, and that's where they start pushing in towards this B site, and they'll realize soon no one's here. It's a timing play, but Inz actually goes a little slow. He lags behind there, and he'll get caught. So yes, they've got the B site, but it's not exactly fortified. I'm looking the wrong way. It's all down to one. Alistair, 1 versus 3, surely impossible, and it will. Gets a tag through the wall, but not good enough.
On the jiggle, smoke peek. Oh my, Dexter takes him though. That is quick, that is fierce. A lot of damage out from JBA. Friend's got too many targets and shoots in between the legs. That's unfortunate. Another save situation. And yes, you might have the right idea, but Dexter again knows what's up. Hell of an entry in, as he is far and away the top fragger here.
So Susp and Sonic, no safe. And they keep hold of 2 AK-47s. We head into the final round at 9-2, and just like the first half of Nuke.
Yeah, it's very difficult though when you find these sporadic rounds, and you know, when you've tried many different methods of aggression, passive, site stacks, etc. It just gives the message that you don't quite know where the wins are coming from, and maybe they felt this in the water, and that's why we didn't see Anubis as the pick. Yes, the stats might be there, but just something in the recent practice, or you know, the higher level teams, they know they don't actually play a good Anubis. They just sort of end up winning it against more domestic opposition. All food for thought.
Airburst Molly there, by the way, so it keeps hold of that really strong position by the pillar. Normally they get forced off that. I think that's maybe why they call for a quick cancel on the execute. That is bold from Dexter.
He's felt confident on his entries, to be fair. Sonic keeps the practice coming in. Alistair had a pick of targets there, manages to take one and survive. Inz is the lurking presence here that's coming in a bit late. He's hoping to catch someone dropping down. Won't be the case. Has the correct read, though. Maybe heard a footstep. JBA in behind, gets a flash. That is criminal. Manages to dip under the smoke, making Alistair's life hell. Inz goes down, and we do see Wildcard pick up that final round. A long road ahead. They couldn't do it on Nuke. Can they do it here on Anubis? We'll find out. Now a 9-3 deficit to come back from. Not going to be easy by any stretch, but they go on to the stronger side. They have been good on the pistols. They look to do so again. It's tough for Sonic. He's traded quick, and the burst from the other side of the map will find success as well. Friend and Stan all alone, potentially, to save the semi-finals here.
Yeah, one of the things that made FlyQuest so scary in towards Nuke was their proactivity on CT side. They loved getting in toward advanced angles and, you know, taking fights on their terms, and that's another prime example of it. Getting up in their face early, take the action to them. And don't allow the T side to set up. Friend, nice flick and a find, as Leas will get clipped, but still a lot more that needs to be done. As Friend and Stanislaw, IGL and Stand-In have got to really pull them from the dregs in this one. They've got to pull them up from what is a tough spot, but now with a bomb plant, maybe, and the smokes are down in good places. It's semi-workable.
Stan is trying to get the ideal timing on this one as well. Friend hears all these footsteps hiding inside of his own smoke. Inz on the Julies. It's kind of the perfect weapon to deal with a surprise attack. He will still lose the fight though, and now the B main control comes in. Really solidly done. Stan hiding on the edge of his own smoke, will be spotted, unfortunately. I don't know, it's a good move from Friend, but yeah, they're not in the perfect spot. There's not a lot of time at all. Round the corner, Alistair will take him. They revived it, but couldn't convert, and that seems to be the message of the day here for Wildcard, unfortunately. Potentially the beginning of the end.
With that upgraded pistol. A flash, a smoke, a molly, another smoke as well on towards Susp. All basically relies on them. Vexite for the first is good. Friend will get caught already. One dropped, and Susp will also follow.
Yeah, damn, he's Vexite's out, and then he's back in, looking very comfortable here for FlyQuest.
Might hear that. They're pretty loud.
Yeah, I think so. That's a little kick of the water, unfortunately. Always difficult to remember. Utility coming in here from Wildcard. Inz wins his fight, and the double spray down for Vexite. Sees the round off. Damn, not a single player going down. This is not looking good. That was the moment Wildcard needed to find the return round and keep things alive for Wildcard. They've slowed it down, looking to burst in towards this B bomb site. There is backup on the way for the CT side of things. Ooh, little bit of a splash once again. Vexite, though, attempting to keep them at bay, does some good damage. It is going to come down to these players on the site itself. Dexter is here quickly. Alistair on the MP9, just giving the room, giving the site up. Does not mind. Dexter comes round from behind, getting a bit weird. Bomb's not been planted just yet. They're unsure of timings. They're unsure of repositions. Molotov is nice. Alistair can't confirm the kill, though. That's going to be a big deal. Bomb plant coming in now that they know the location of these two players. No real utility to work with here. Now that that smoke has gone down, Dexter finds a spam on the edge of it. He does have that kit, so keep your eye on where he dies and whether Alistair can use it. Got to be brave here and make your way out. They've crossed each other inside the smoke. It is just to hold it down. I don't think the bomb is planted for him. It's on the other side of the site, so if Dexter can get onto it, they're going to know that. It's actually Alistair that goes in for the defuse, and just about Dexter is able to take him down. A seemingly unwinnable situation for FlyQuest goes their way. The stars aligning.
And the chance at winning that lion's share of 100 grand. Wildcard. The recovery they need would be heroic. I don't know if they got it in the locker. Friend looking to kickstart things as well. Damage will be dealt, but they burst on towards the site. 1-for-1 trades.
Ooh, bomb being delayed slightly. That could be their downfall here. Dexter coming in. Double, triple from Dexter in at dark. He's had a great game. He looks to finish it in a pretty nice way too. Friend all alone. Surely not, we say. The bomb not planted. I mean, thank goodness, because he wouldn't be able to do anything about it. FlyQuest have taken it. Our first team in the grand finals do so in pretty clean fashion. It is safe to say a fantastic performance out from them in that series.